Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Today we are cracking on with the Subaru Escort build. I've not been in all weekend. Steve's just sort of been working his magic, so things look very different behind me now. So we're gonna have a chat with Steve and see what he's been up to.
Right, so last time you've seen it, this was basically a complete shell. So I was in over the weekend working on this. I finished the Subaru as well to a certain extent, so I've taken all the outers. All this box section here has been taken off, and that'll correspond with this box section here in the Escort. So we've still got the inners to take out, we've still got some of the scuttle area to take out and neaten up. There's inner sills that still need to come off, so once they're off, and I've probably got this area here which needs to come out, which is why I've braced it to stop things moving around. And then we shouldn't be far away from sliding down over the top of here. Some repairs still to do as well before the body can go on fully, but what I'm planning to do is put the body on, clamp it along the bottom, and then I can get inside then and I can measure up the internals for the roll cage. I'm planning to put the hoop in and as much of the top of the cage as I can, so I can lift the body off, and then it allows me to weld around the top without having to build boxes and or cut holes in the floor to drop the cage through. Right, so spent most of the morning cutting again. Colin's been cutting the Subaru. Basically, what I've been chopping out of here is what I did over the weekend was rough cuts, and now I'm trying to get rid of inner sills because we've got the whole inner sill still in the Subaru. All we need here is literally the outer sills, and then they'll join the Subaru inner sills. So basically, neatening everything up. Cutting all the way through, here. I took the measurements across the back between the inner tubs, and I've checked the inner wheel arches on the Subaru, and we should be somewhere near now where we need to be. We've still got some cleaning up to do here, take off the outer skins, things like that. We should be somewhere nearby this afternoon. Right, that's all the inner sills cut out. Inner ear posts are cut out, literally just leaving the outer skins. We have all the inner still attached on the Subaru. So one of the things that I am quite keen to point out is that even though we've taken it back to this point and it looks very flimsy, all the other internal structures are still part of the Subaru shell. Anything that isn't there, I'll remake as new panels. So by the time this is all back together, it shouldn't have lost any strength. and then we're going to put a full cage in there anyway, so we'll have tubes up here, across the screen, down the pillars, the hoops, door bars. That'll tie everything back together, and it'll be all welded between the shell and the floor, so we should be alright, should be good.
Right, so as you can see, we've sort of made a little bit more progress than you might have last seen. This is actually two separate parts, so that's the Escort on top and of course the Subaru on bottom. Just a few little final tweaks to see if it'll line up perfectly, and we can drop it on top, as you can see by that pile of scrap there. We're nearly there now, it is ever so close. It's just going bit by bit, see what needs adjusting, and then bringing everything back down. So yeah, it's looking good.
Somewhere there to about there. And then if we're looking down this line here, yeah, come over this way, but I would say from about there up, blend it. Yeah, so that comes in. Rear legs there. There. I'll take that hook off there and I'll transfer the hook over so it looks there. Bring that in. We'll get rid of all that. And then I need to get rid of the legs as well, front legs. Probably. The front legs actually probably aren't too bad. Once I've got rid of that. Front legs there. Probably somewhere near where the front wants to be. It's just these corners. That wants to come off. Like that. Just lift the front end up onto there and I'll get in with the grinder and I'll cut that and then that'll come down a bit. Yeah, now and again. Right, let's lift it up onto them. So if I lift the front.
Are you Steve from that Ford Pop video on YouTube?
That's me.
Wow.
Hang on, let me get my pen out. Where do you want it?
Right, so we've been at it for quite a few hours now. It's getting late, so we decided to call it a day. There's been quite a lot of angle grinding, as you might have seen. So much so that, check this out. This is about a quarter of the amount of discs that Steve has gone through today. So yeah, use your imagination as to how many discs we've actually been through doing this. Let's have a quick look around at what's been done. So obviously, it's starting to look like a real car now. Both halves are coming together quite nicely. There are a few little areas that just need a bit of adjustment. So one area in particular that we're facing a little bit of difficulty with is just the inner sill of the Subaru, going up against the Escort. So it's just going back and forth, adjusting it as we need to. We've had to take this brace out just to clear the steering column. A few other little things like making minor cuts along here, across the strut tops and so forth. There's a couple of little areas down here too. Essentially it's just been back and forth, chopping something, lifting it up, chopping something again, lowering it down, and so on. But we're calling it here for today because we're quite happy with the progress we're making. So yeah, that's pretty much been today in a nutshell. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.